Hello and welcome everybody to Magic the Galaxy. This is going to be our very first deck ever on the channel. This is day one, and we're going to be starting with a deck that is very near and close to my heart. Izzet Affinity. So I've been in love with Affinity ever since Urza Saga was printed in Modern Horizons 2. As soon as I saw this card, I knew I wanted to play the deck, but back then we were doing things with Sojourner's Companion, Mirror Enforcer, Thoughtcast, Thought Monitor. We were just throwing our entire hand onto the board and saying, okay, opponent, you deal with this. And the main premise of Affinity really hasn't changed much since then, but we've got different payoffs. So since Modern Horizons 2, we've gotten Pinnacle Emissary and Kappa Cannoneer. Pinnacle Emissary very recently in Edge of Eternity, and Kappa Cannoneer in Modern Horizons 3 about a year ago. Both of these cards really pay you off for having a bunch of low-cost artifacts. So Pinnacle Emissary, you warp it in for 1 mana. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, you create a 1/1 colorless drawn artifact creature token with flying, but it can only block flyers. Typically, we're not trying to use it to block, we are just trying to get in on the offensive. So we cast a Pinnacle Emissary turn 1, we've got 21 0-drops, we throw out a few of those, and then we just get a bunch of drawn tokens, start getting aggressive. Similarly with Kappa Cannoneer, this card is just so strong in the modern format if you can get it to work. So it has Improvise, so we can cast it for as little as 1 mana using our artifacts. It's a 4/4 with Ward 4. Ward 4 is really big in Modern. It's difficult for a lot of decks to pay that ward cost. So this thing functionally has hexproof against a lot of decks. And whenever this creature or another artifact you control enters, you put a counter on it and it can't be blocked. So it's large, it's evasive, it's cheap, it's difficult to destroy. Kappa Cannoneer's just got everything you want for this deck. If we could play more than 4, we would. On top of that, with all the low-cost artifacts, Thoughtcast with Affinity just turns into 1 mana, draw 2. Then for all of our 0-drops, we'll just go down the line here. So we're playing 2 Engineered Explosives. Most of the time, this is just going to be cast for X equals 0, and it's just going to sit there and be something that either improvises Kappa Cannoneer, lowers the cost of Thoughtcast, or gives us another drone token with Pinnacle Emissary. But against certain matchups, Engineered Explosives can be an all-star. Against Boros Energy, we can do it for X equals 1 to destroy some Guide of Souls, Ocelot Prides, Ragavans. Against Amulet Titan, we can use it to destroy an Amulet of Vigor or 2. Against Zoo, we can sometimes use it on X equals 2 to destroy a Kavu or 2 or a Doorkeeper Thrall. Then we're playing 4 Memnite, 4 Ornithopter. We're playing all the artifact creatures because we do play Springleaf Drum. We're playing Springleaf Drum and Mox Opal to ramp our mana as quick as possible. Again, we're just trying to throw our hand on the board, and the more mana we have to do that, the quicker we can do it. We're playing 4 Mishra's Bauble, best thing you can be doing for 0 mana. You cast it, use it for whatever you need to, and after it's got its use, you just cycle it away. And then we're playing 3 Tormod's Crypt to interact with the graveyard decks. We got Espergorio going around. We got Grixis Reanimator, Flage is in the format. There's a lot of things you want to have Tormod's Crypt for. And then in the 1-drop slot, already discussed Springleaf Drum, just gives us more mana. And then most of our 1-drops are just here for Urza Saga Toolbox. We have Aether Spellbomb to bounce creatures back to hand, Haywire Mite to get rid of non-creature artifacts and enchantments, Lavaspur Boots to give our stuff haste and ward 1, Pithing Needle to stop activated abilities like Psychic Frog and Goblin Charbelcher, and Shadowspear to give our creatures trample and lifelink. And don't sleep on the fact that it can get rid of hexproof and indestructible. Sometimes against these domain decks, they have Leyline Scion out. You can get rid of their hexproof to be able to Galvanic Blast the Scion. And then we're playing 1 Cranial Plating. You don't want to have multiple of these in your hand at any point, but the first one is really good, especially with Pinnacle Emissary. And then we play 1 Metallic Rebuke main. A lot of people are playing more of them main, but I really only want to have 1, because game 1, I just want to have as many artifacts as possible, go fast, do my thing, and then whenever they bring in more hate, I bring in more Metallic Rebukes. And then for our lands, we have 3 Fiery Islets, which we can cycle away to draw a card. We have an Island, an Otawara to bounce permanents, 3 Spirebluff Canal, 1 Steam Vents, 4 Urza Saga, which is our other win condition in the deck. Making the constructs with as many artifacts as we have. Our constructs are going to be larger than most other people's constructs, and then just the toolbox effect that it gives you. And then almost lands Sinking to Stupor and Sulfuric Springs. We just play it as the land most of the time, but sometimes it can be really useful to bounce a board wipe back to the opponent's hand the turn before you would win. It can bounce certain problematic permanents back to hand. Really, you'll realize that the main theme of the deck is we're trying to do a lot, we gas out, and so we want to have these cards that are helpful for later on in the game or getting us back into the game. So things like Mishra's Bauble, Fiery Islet, Sink into Stupor, things that have more than just their initial use. Then for the sideboard, we play the rest of our Metallic Rebukes, just counter spells. One Mystical Dispute to deal with other blue decks. This is really good in the mirror because you can counter their Pinnacle Emissary, you can counter their Kappa Cannoneer. We play 2 Consign Memory to deal with Tron and Blink decks. We've got 2 Galvanic Blast. These are in here for specifically things that would hate on us, such as Karn the Great Creator, or... oh, what is the one? Clarion Conqueror. So if you would be locked out of activating your artifacts, you can just Galvanic Blast that permanent, and then get back in. Speaking of blasts, we have Vandal Blast. This comes in against any deck that might have Vexing Bauble. Vexing Bauble with as many 0-drops as we have can be problematic, and it'll also come in against the mirror. If we can overload this in the mirror, it's normally just game over for the opponent if they can't counter it. 1 Whip Flare to deal with the go-wide decks like Boros Energy, 2 Blood Moon, and 2 Ashiok, mostly for Titan, and then 1 Void Mirror, mostly in here for colorless Eldrazi. And that's the deck. Let's see how we do in the league. Alright, everybody, we are in match 1, playing Affinity. No land, so we have to mulligan that. We're on the play here. Very keepable. Let's keep... the question is what to put back. So turn 1, Island, Pinnacle Emissary, Mox Opal, Memnite, Ornithopter, Springleaf Drum, or we can keep Springleaf Drum over one of these. I think we put back the Memnite here. Alright, we'll keep there and just do the plan as scheduled. Opponent's also debating mulligans. They went down to 6 as well. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Island, Warp Pinnacle, Mox Opal, yield to all. Cast Springleaf Drum. And then now we have enough to cast the Thoughtcast. We get another Mox Opal. Keep the untapped one. And no Urza Saga or Kappa Cannoneer, but hopefully we can put up enough pressure with these drone tokens here. Let's see what the opponent's on. We can even recast the Pinnacle Emissary next turn from exile. Alright, just a Misty Rainforest from the opponent, so we don't know what we're playing against quite yet. Urza Saga off the top, about the best thing we could ask for there. Let's go ahead and throw down the Urza Saga. And attack out with the drones. Oh, see if I might have something. No. Alright. Let's recast the Pinnacle Emissary and pass it to our opponent. Hopefully we'll get to see what they're on here. Steam Vents untapped, probably Lightning Bolt Pinnacle Emissary. Oh, Thought Scour Self. So we're playing against Grixis Reanimator. So off this Urza Saga in a couple turns, we could probably get a Tormod's Crypt, depending on what they do before then. Hopefully we'll be able to just apply enough pressure on them before they get to do anything meaningful. They're already down to 12 life. Make that 10. We're halfway there. Alright, opponent, what you got? Oh, okay. Turn 2 Murktide. Okay, maybe it is not Grixis Reanimator. Fine. Cast the Ornithopter. Are we willing to just sacrifice the Pinnacle Emissary here to get through 4 damage? Probably. I couldn't imagine what they could have to get back in this game unless they're playing any kind of like mainboard sweepers. Because at the end of their turn, we just go for make a construct, go back to our turn, make another construct, maybe grab Lavaspur Boots, and then hopefully be able to attack for game with that. Yeah, it's only 1 more damage, but it might make the difference, sacrificing the Pinnacle Emissary here. Also just pressures them to, like, fetch a little worse, too, if they are 3-color. Okay, DRC, yeah, so it's probably just Izzet Murktide. Ragavan, yeah, they're just throwing out as many blockers as they can. Tap Steam Vents. Question is, do they go for the attack? Probably not, I would assume. Yeah, no attack. So maybe here, we might even grab a Shadowspear instead, yeah, because I think this construct's just big enough to stomp over them. Let's make another construct just in case they have any free spell shenanigans. We should be good to grab Shadowspear. Equip Shadowspear to the old one. Okay, good. We got game 1. So against Izzet Murktide, we'll bring in Mystical Dispute. They are probably playing Meltdown, so we'll bring in the Metallic Rebukes just in case. And probably Galvanic Blast just for their little guys. Man, no real activated effects. If they're hiding black and they're playing Psychic Frog, good for them. Haywire Mite's not doing much in this matchup. Aether Spellbomb could be interesting against their Murktide. Believe it or not, Cranial Plating can actually be pretty good in these kinds of matchups, too. Might be that we're trimming on Thoughtcasts. Yeah, because we're bringing in so many non-artifact spells. We still want to keep our artifacts turned on as much as possible for Pinnacle Emissary and hopefully early Kappa Cannoneer. I don't know how Izzet Murktide deals with an early Kappa Cannoneer. This hand isn't the most exciting, but they do typically have a difficult time dealing with Urza Saga, so we'll keep hoping to draw another land off top, or some kind of mana source. Plus, if they have, like, turn 1 Ragavan, we can just Galvanic Blast the Ragavan. Yeah, because they'll just get a lot of value out of the Ragavan. And then we're gonna hold back as many of the 0 spells as we can. We will go ahead and Mishra's Bauble. Ooh, okay. So now we know that we're gonna have to kind of wait to get a Metallic Rebuke or something similar before trying to dump our hand here. Okay. Well, when they have it, they have it. Okay, there's the Kappa Cannoneer. So we can go for the Kappa Cannoneer next turn. They're not going to be able to melt down enough for that. If they tap out here... Oh, they might be really relying on this Ragavan here. If they kept a 1-lander. So yeah. If they had Spell Pierce, they have Spell Pierce. Okay. Okay, but they do have Land Drop. So hoping they kept a greedy 1-lander there. And I'm actually going to keep this Shadowspear hidden, because next turn they'll probably melt down to get rid of these 4. My only concern right now is if they have like a Lightning Bolt or Unholy Heat to kill the Memnite or Ornithopter, because then we can't go for the Kappa Cannoneer this turn. We just gotta make it work. Okay, now we gotta hope for no Mystical Dispute. Mystical Dispute probably means just game over. Okay, and we get to pitch it back to our opponent. And they'll probably melt down during their turn. For X equals 0, destroy out some of our artifacts. But then we're just attacking with a Kappa Cannoneer. And if we top deck another land, we can even equip the Shadowspear to the Kappa. Also, if they're forced to attack with a DRC here, that's probably even better for us. I just don't think they're going to be able to put on enough pressure to be able to kill us this game. Okay. If they have a third DRC, they might be able to pressure us enough. Okay, nope, they go for the Meltdown. It's unfortunate we couldn't leave the Tormod's Crypt back there, but we really just had to drop that Kappa Cannoneer knowing that the Meltdown's coming. The best draw right now is just any land. Okay, not a land. This isn't like the best Pinnacle Emissary here, but it does get us a couple more counters onto the Kappa Cannoneer. So attack for 8. If we draw an artifact next turn... Oh no, because we're going to get an artifact off of Urza Saga, so... Yeah, not sure how the opponent gets back in this game. So they'll need to be able to kill the Urza Saga this turn, or do something to kill the Kappa Cannoneer. Expressive Iteration, looking for an answer. Alright, and that's the match. Alright, we're in our next match here. And we're going to be on the draw for this game. Opening hand. If we knew what we were playing against, that would help this hand a lot. Because realistically, we kind of have 4 lands. We have Urza Saga, which can just really get us a far way. Eventual Kappa Cannoneer. If we're playing against anything fast or anything combo, we might just be dead. It's a questionable keep, but I'm gonna go for it. Get this cycle with the Mishra's Bauble, hopefully draw into some more power. The Cranial Plating's definitely not going to be showing its best this game. Oh, and we're playing against Azorius Control. Only deck that plays Mystic Gate, really. So the Urza Saga is a bit better against them. We'll go ahead and drop the Otawara here. To Mishra's Bauble. Yeah, and we're safe to go ahead and see what they're doing. Hollowed Fountain. Main thing we gotta watch out for here is they're gonna have main board Wrath of the Skies, which could really mess us up. Oh, Isochron Scepter. Oh, no Orms Chant. Oh, they got the Orms Chant. Ooh, okay, this game might be over. They're just gonna be able to stop us from being able to cast anything starting next turn. We do get to keep creating creatures with Urza Saga, and if they don't play the Fairy next turn, we could bounce the Isochron Scepter one turn in response to them trying to go for the Orms Chant. Yeah, and then knowing that we might not get another turn to cast some of this stuff out, we kind of need to go for it now just to try to get the Saga tokens as big as possible. So pass it to the opponent. If they have to Fairy here, it's probably just game over. Okay, no to Fairy, good for us. They are going to cast the Orms Chant, preventing us from attacking or casting spells. But we were probably just going to Urza Saga this turn anyways. Throw down the Fiery Islet. Pass it back to them, make the construct on instep. Yeah, they're just going to cast another copy, that's fine with us. So we just get to chill back and make some Saga tokens here until they have Wrath of the Skies, that is, but we've got Sink into Stupor for that. It's not great because we really want to be able to bounce this Isochron Scepter, but what we could do is off of this first Urza Saga go for a Mox Opal, and then off the second one go for Haywire Mite to get the Isochron Scepter instead. Which actually might be our game plan this game. So this does leave us vulnerable next turn if they have a board wipe. And we go... Oh, or we could just Pithing Needle, naming Isochron Scepter. That's actually probably our best course of action. Yeah, we're grabbing Pithing Needle here. Name Isochron Scepter. Alright, so now they're going to have to get an answer to the Pithing Needle. Again, we're really weak to a board wipe here. Okay, Day's Undoing to the graveyard. Alright, what does the opponent got? They've got 5 cards in hand. Ooh, Supreme Verdict. Okay. So that destroys the ones we already have, but we can throw down some Memnites and more next turn. Oh, and another Urza Saga. Let's go. We could even drop a Kappa Cannoneer this turn if we wanted to. Because unless they have another Supreme Verdict, they're not going to be able to get rid of the Kappa Cannoneer that easily. So let's see what we can make happen. And by throwing out a bunch of creatures, if they don't have another board wipe, we might be able to even Cranial Plating next turn and hopefully just attack for game. I want to make sure we have enough mana to Kappa Cannoneer and Urza Saga Construct token. We get one less Saga token this way, but I think keeping the Sink into Stupor up on a later turn is going to be more important. So tap out, make a construct, then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus the construct that we make. Yeah, we're just gonna go for it. Could have subtlety here, wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Okay, now we just have a powerful board. If they Supreme Verdict, they Supreme Verdict. Okay, we get another turn. Okay. Let's do some quick math. If we Cranial Plating onto the Kappa Cannoneer, after we search for an artifact, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 artifacts. This is going to be at 6, 13. So we don't even necessarily need to make the construct token right now. If we make it, this gets even bigger, but I do want to keep sinking a Stupor up. It's just the opponent didn't do anything last turn. I couldn't imagine what they would have this turn. Let's play it safe. And we can still make a token off of the Urza Saga if we need to. What's going to be most helpful here? So Tormod's Crypt, Springleaf Drum, Shadowspear, Ornithopter, Mox Opal, Mishra's Bauble, Memnite, Lavaspur Boots, Haywire Mite. The boots are actually pretty good. Let's equip to the Kappa Cannoneer. So they might have an answer for the construct token this turn. Even if they do, we can just sink into Stupor unless it's like a Solitude Evoke, because then they might just be able to do it again. Yeah, I think we leave our mana up. Let's just go on the offensive. Okay, there's the evoked Solitude. Well, let's see. It might be their only way to kill us right now. If they can send it back in hand and they don't have another white spell in hand, then they are just dead. And if their white spell was Ephemerate, this keeps them from being able to kill 2 things and then blocking, gaining life. Okay, they have Counterspell. And then their last card in hand would have to be Ephemerate for it to really mess us up. So they're still taking a significant amount of damage here. You've still got to find an answer to the Kappa Cannoneer. Okay, there's game 1 against Control. So, game 2. Gotta watch out for those board wipes. They're gonna have plenty of blue spells for us to counter with Mystical Dispute. The Blood Moons can be really hit or miss in this matchup. What we might do is, with them being on the play for game 2, we'll leave Blood Moon in the sideboard this game, and the next game we'll bring the Blood Moons back in. Engineered Explosives does nothing in this matchup. Aether Spellbomb doesn't do much in this matchup. Shadowspear's not the best. It's got its niche cases. Yeah, the equipment are really good in this matchup, mostly because, yeah, they're going to keep dealing with your creatures, but if they have one that they can't deal with, you just keep equipping the Lavaspur Boots, keep equipping the Cranial Plating, they'll have a much more difficult time. Alright, yeah, let's run that, and then next game we'll cut 2 Thoughtcast for 2 Blood Moon. This hand could be better. Could be worse, too. So we'll get a draw. It's just too many lands, because we Pinnacle Emissary, Mishra's Bauble. And then next turn, we might not even have enough to go for Thoughtcast anyways. I do think we mulligan this one. This is a hand that demands. Again, it might be difficult to get down this Kappa Cannoneer. If we can, it'll be good, though. Get rid of the Tormod's Crypt. It's notable that they are not on Kahira, which means they probably are on Flage. So the Tormod's Crypt does have a little more value in this matchup. And the question is Mishra's Bauble. So if we save it for next turn, we only have 1, 2, 3 artifacts. We might need to dig for another land even, so we might just go ahead and Mishra's Bauble. Do it in their draw step, or at their upkeep rather so that way we draw the card during our turn. Okay, just a Flooded Strand. We'll bolt that in and just play the Cranial Plating here. If we draw Pinnacle next turn, we go Pinnacle, Springleaf Drum, Mox Opal, Tormod's Crypt. Got all the stuff. The opponent brought in the Consigns here. Alright. So I think no matter what, we're playing out the Springleaf Drum. So 4 Mishra's Bauble. So next turn we play Tormod's Crypt, Mox Opal, Mishra's Bauble. I want to make sure that on top of all of it, we can kind of leave Metallic Rebuke up. I don't think we're going to be able to, though, without a Pinnacle Emissary. Yeah, this does let us Kappa next turn. But if they have Supreme Verdict or other answers, yeah, I think we'll Mishra's Bauble here. See if we can draw into some more action. If we can an Urza Saga, that would be the ideal situation. Again, just cracking the Mishra's Bauble during their upkeep. And the opponent is a greedy fetcher. Next game, the Blood Moon might be doing a good bit of work against them. Okay, we're drawing to Fairy here. Hindsight, we probably should have played out an artifact just so we could Metallic Rebuke here. That's my bad. Fairy's not something I want to see. And a lot of that's not what I want to see either. So... let's play out the Lavaspur Boots. Play out the Tormod's Crypt. We'll play out the Mox Opal, and then maybe be able to go for a Thoughtcast. Okay, we hit Urza Saga here. I will certainly take that. And then the question now is, do I... Memnite Lavaspur Boots. If they got Wrath, they got Wrath. Or actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, let's see if the opponent has a Supreme Verdict or a Mystical Dispute. Well, they're thinking. It seems like they have something. And yeah, they could steal next turn. Are they Prismatic Ending? The Lavaspur Boots? Yeah, reasonable. We wouldn't have been able to use it last turn, but this turn they could Teferi bounce Kappa Cannoneer, pay the full 4 ward, and then that's another turn that they don't have to worry about the Kappa Cannoneer attacking. Okay, Narset. Now we gotta choose whether we want to kill the... oh, Supreme Verdict. That is no mucho bueno. Oh, that is actually quite unfortunate. And we can't even counter it, which is the biggest problem here. I can't even kill Teferi here. I guess we could if we attack both. And they get another look with Narset. Then we just instep Urza Saga token. They're gonna have to almost tap out for it. Tough calls. See if we can find anything off of this Fiery Islet. Oh, I forgot we can't draw more cards because of Narset. No, that was supposed to be during their turn. Okay, we are making mistakes. Or we could have even attacked the Narset. We just sacrificed a land and put away some of our mana for nothing there. Misplay, misplay. Attack the Narset here, and we'll attack the Teferi. Yeah, because we don't want them finding more answers with Narset. Narset lets them dig somewhat deep. Okay. Oh, because they get the Supreme Verdict during our turn. Yeah, there's no reason in making a creature because they're just gonna kill everything. Maybe that's a reason to have attacked the Teferi last turn instead. So that way they have to Supreme Verdict during their turn. So we could Pithing Needle naming Teferi to stop some of what Teferi is doing. It just stops them from being able to bounce whatever we do happen to put on the board. Which is, I guess, what we're going for here. Okay, Thoughtcast will hopefully draw us into something good. Okay, we could not have asked for anything better there. That is as good as it gets. You can get to leave Tormod's Crypt up. Ooh, subtlety. Pitch for the subtlety, a consign. Just put it on top, I can cast it next turn. Alright, opponent's down to 2 cards in hand. They can't draw more cards off of Teferi. Thing is now is it better to go for Construct or Kappa Cannoneer? I think we actually go for the Construct here. Because it plays around them having board wipe better. It plays against... better if they have a counter spell. They've only got 2 cards in hand. And if we do nothing, it lets them look with Monumental Hinge to try to find something. I think we just ship it to our opponent in Urza Saga during their end step. And again, they're going to Monumental Hinge here. They reveal it's a Fairy Time Raveler. That's not going to do them much. Alright, let's go for the Saga. Ooh, another Saga, even better. Okay, what do we grab here? I think we grab Haywire Mite. It's just another creature that we can play. Plus, if they do try to go for the one line where they Isochron Scepter plus Forms chant, they would just be able to lock us out of the game here. So with Haywire Mite on the board, we can prevent that. I'm just going to attack the opponent. No point in killing the Teferi. They've got another one in hand. And then... it's not like they're attacking us with anything, but Tormod's Crypt could do something. Okay, yeah, they have the counterspell here. That's fine. Kind of banking on them not having a Wrath of the Skies or Supreme Verdict. Fire Magic's not the end of the world. Okay, the opponent has... well, after their draw step, they've got 3 cards in hand. One of them's Teferi. Okay, they're digging. We don't need the Spirebluff. I know we don't really need the Metallic Rebuke either. Okay, there we go. We win the match. So Affinity took down Blue-White Control. All right, getting into match 3. We won the die roll. We'll take the play. And yeah, pretty good hand. We get the turn 2 Kappa Cannoneer. I'm mulligan that one. Pretty good. And with just doing the Spirebluff Canal on turn 1. Ooh, okay. Looks like we're playing against Domain Zoo. Not too big of an issue. Okay, they Ragavan. We don't care about Ragavan. One, two, three, four. We do gotta play out everything. Okay, turn 2 Kappa came in near. Let's see if they have the Scion. Oh, looks like they have the Scion. Okay, so this is going to be a match where we're going to be racing pretty hard with the Kappa Cannoneer. Because they're going to be gaining 4 life every turn. Yeah. So, unfortunately, I think we're going to have to main phase the Construct token. We're only attacking for 6 here. This is going to be a rough race now that they have the Scion. But next turn we can grab Haywire Mite to get rid of the Leyline of the Guild Pact. Makes things a little more difficult for them. Or if I think we're in an okay position, depending on what we draw off of Mishra's Bauble, we might just get to go for Construct plus... Lavaspur Boots, perhaps? Just gonna hold off on drawing with the Mishra's Bauble. Blue-black Riddler. Okay. That means we should be able to safely go for anything we want to during our next turn. Okay, just another Quantum Riddler off top. Okay, so we drew the Lavaspur Boots. We're not going to be able to make a Construct here and get rid of the Leyline. Let's go search for Haywire Mite. Okay, question. Can we Pinnacle Emissary here? Let's just go ahead and deal with this. Okay, and then we go Pinnacle Emissary, Lavaspur Boots, equip. Getting a ton of counters on the Kappa Cannoneer. And then... yeah, the Rugman will have first strike. Honestly, we don't... If we trade Scion with Pinnacle Emissary, I think we're okay with that. Yeah, let's just attack in. Yeah, and they were forced to block there because of it. Okay, we got game 1 against Zoo. Alright, against Zoo. Blood Moon feels like it should be good against them, but it rarely is. Galvanic Blast always comes in because they're going to have Clarion Conqueror. Metallic Rebuke's good because they can be playing Meltdown, they could be playing Wrath of the Skies, it's good for countering Clarion Conqueror. It's good for a good bit. Mystical Dispute can be a bit questionable against them. Blood Moon can be questionable against them. I might bring it in on the play, but I probably won't on the draw. And then let's see what we take out here. Not much to Pithing Needle in that matchup. Cranial Plating's not nearly as good in that matchup. And then the Engineered Explosives can be good sometimes. Sometimes they'll just have Ragavan and we're okay just paying 3 mana to blow up a Ragavan. Sometimes they'll play a couple Kavus. We feel really good about 4 mana, kill 2 Kavu. And I've got a feeling they're going to be on the Flage variant. Just because of the warp creature. So let's go one more Thoughtcast and just run it. I know a lot of people don't like cutting Thoughtcast. I think if you're bringing in a bunch of non-creature spells, it really hurts to be cutting artifacts. This is an okay hand. We just get to make a bunch of 1/1s. Follow up with Urza Saga. Yeah, we're happy to keep this. It's weak to a board wipe, but this deck often is. The opponent has to have it. They have the Leyline. Question is, are they going to have the turn 2 Scion? Alright, yeah, let's just dump the hand. Do they have Lightning Bolt? They got Lightning Bolt. Okay. So we are not going to dump our hand. We'll play the Mishra's Bauble. And let's actually see what they got. Leyline Binding. The odds of us drawing Metallic Rebuke off top are low. Okay, we've got another Pinnacle Emissary to try to go for more tokens next turn. Alright, let's see it. Do they have the Scion? Not yet. Okay, we got another land. You know what? I know that they have the Leyline in hand. That's okay, we're just gonna drop another creature. And if they use the Leyline on the Pinnacle Emissary, that's fine. And then now we'll let it go off to them. Get in for what damage we can. And then next turn we get to start making constructs. And if they don't have Scion, they might be in a rough spot. Unless they have a board wipe. If they have board wipe, then we're the ones in a rough spot. Okay, Quantum Riddler. Do they consign or ephemerate? No. I'm not mad about another Pinnacle Emissary. Oh man, and they Consign, so we're not getting to make constructs off of the Urza Saga. Oh, whoops. Okay. Just get more creatures. Attack with everything that we can, which isn't a lot right now. Again, we're still quite weak to Wrath. Another Quantum Riddler. The opponent's getting to turn through their deck a good bit. Are they going to play another Consign? No, they grab a Plains. Oh, to get around Pithing Needle. Oh no, or just another Consign, okay. So they use 2 Consigns on an Urza Saga. I guess that's okay. We'll just play it out. Pinnacle Emissary. They haven't played any creatures yet. It's a slow game, but we're getting there. It's gonna be another Pinnacle Emissary? Or sorry, another Quantum Riddler. Okay, they're on Quantum Riddler number 4. Or number 3. Okay, they Galv Blast, that's okay. I'm getting it to attack for 5 next turn. We've got 4 more damage in hand. We draw Lavaspur Boots off top, we just win. Okay, it's a Tormod's Crypt. I don't see a reason to play the Tormod's Crypt quite yet. So 3 cards in hand, and there we go, okay! Match 3, Affinity takes it against Domain Zoo 3-0. Alright, we're on match 4. We are 3-0 heading into match 4, and we are going to be on the draw. Not a bad one. We got turn 1, Sink into Stupor, Pinnacle Emissary, some free drops. Oh, we're playing against Domain Zoo again. And then, unless we Mox Opal off top, it's going to be a turn 2 Kappa Cannoneer, which is pretty decent. It's too easy, it's too easy. Just too easy when you get the nuts. You know, just your average turn 1 affinity board. We got 5 drone tokens, a Memnite, an Ornithopter, a Kappa Cannoneer, and 2 mana ready to pop. We'll have a Thoughtcast to follow up next turn. Average affinity start. Okay, they have the turn 2 Scion here. We saw what happened in another game, where we had a very similar start. So we'll go ahead and Thoughtcast. Well, Mishra's Bauble. Springleaf Drum. We're just trying to get as many counters as possible on this Kappa Cannoneer to try to race them. Let's even Mishra's Bauble. Okay, Leyline Binding. It's not the end of the world. Man, no point in attacking here because they block and it's just all the same. Alright, so let's attack here. And then we can't even block all on the drone token because of the drone tokens because of first strike. Metallic Rebuke? Sink into Stupor. Actually, Sink into Stupor is not horrible because next turn we can Sink into Stupor the Leyline. And then they're going to have to hard cast it from hand. Which at this point they might be able to do. Okay, let's think here. If we go ahead and do it now, attack all, they block a drone token. We're getting through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 17. And they're getting to hit us back for 6. They're able to counter this here, though it's going to be a bit of a rough game. Tapping the Doctor, I guess. Okay. So, next turn we can actually just cast Pinnacle Emissary. I guess keeping up blockers might be more important here in case they have double Lightning Bolt. But if they recast Leylines, and they get to go gain 6. So they're 18, they're going to go down to 7 here. If they gain 6, they'll go up to 13, so then Kappa Cannoneer is not quite enough. Yeah, so let's attack with some of the drone tokens here. Alright, they didn't crack their fetch land, which I guess makes sense. They're on a low amount of life. Okay, there we go. We got game 1 against Domain Zoo again. Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Same sideboard plan as last time. UL, 3 of UL, and the Pithing Needle, right? That's what we took out. It's right to me, let's ship it back. Oh, the opponent was really quick with their sideboard too. They must know what to do. Okay, interesting. We have a double Pinnacle Emissary hand here. We have Urza Saga. if this is a keeper. No leyline start for them, but they did keep 7, which means they've probably got a board wipe in hand. And I don't think I'm going to be able to go for a turn where I get to double Pinnacle Emissary plus sink into Stupor. Okay, opponent's thinking about their play pretty hard here. Okay, into Ragavan. Springleaf Drum does help us double Pinnacle Emissary. Let me think. We go Island this turn. Next turn we go Pinnacle Emissary. Urza Saga, Springleaf Drum, Pinnacle Emissary, Tormod's Crypt. Yeah, let's just try that out. The only way playing the Springleaf... Only thing playing Springleaf Drum does here for us is... if we draw a 1-drop artifact off top. Okay, suspicious. Ooh. Or Metallic Rebuke would have been better to keep up. Oh. You know what? I like to live life dangerously. Let's see what happens if we just go for it. We're up a game. Oh, are they just gonna counter right here? Okay. So now things are a little different. Because we could either try to Tormod's Crypt and hold up Metallic Rebuke, or we could just go Pinnacle Emissary, Tormod's Crypt just to get another token out. Or we could just not do anything and leave back Pinnacle for another turn, because next turn we could still Pinnacle plus 0-drop, 0-drop, Construct, but we really want to leave the Metallic Rebuke up. Let's cast the Tormod's Crypt. And we'll just ship it to the opponent. This way, if they have Wrath of the Skies, we're not just dead to Wrath of the Skies right off the bat. What's that, Flage here? Clarion Conqueror. Oh no, I don't have blue mana up! Oh no. Okay, this just got a bit worse for us. Because I forgot, this isn't a Mox Opal, this is a Springleaf Drum. Ooh, okay, yeah, we misplayed that. We misplayed that. Let's see if we can recover. Crazy thing is, we can still just go Construct here. And probably be on a better beatdown plan than they are. Or we could sink into Stupor this turn, plus they recast Clarion Conqueror, Metallic Rebuke it. Nah, let's just try to go for the fair beatdown plan. Okay, the opponent might be a little flooded. Let's just see what we can make happen. Hopefully they don't have Meltdown in hand. So, there's a few different things that could be good here. So we could grab Lavaspur Boots for after we sink into Stupor the creature. We could grab Shadowspear for a similar reason. We could grab... Land isn't the best here, or a pseudo land. Just grab Lavaspur Boots. Shadowspear is probably going to be the one that's going to be a little more important. Yeah, let's grab the Shadowspear. Now the question is whether we play the Sink into Stupor just to keep up... Yeah, I don't think I want the Meltdowning. I think I'd prefer keep up Metallic Rebuke here. Let's just get these constructs as big as possible. Feels like a bait, but I'm gonna bite that bait. If they don't have Meltdown next turn, then I do just get to probably attack for game next turn. Alright, let's see if they've got the Meltdown. Okay, Flage. I have to block with the Clarion Conqueror here. Okay, that wasn't helpful at all. Oh, why does it feel like the opponent has something? Okay, they have to take the block. So that's good news for us. So we do just get to Tormod's Crypt them in their draw step, probably. They had Meltdown, they would have just used it next turn, so I think we can go for Shadowspear onto one of these. Yeah, pretty much no reason not to, right? Alright, let's see what the opponent has. They top deck the Meltdown? Alright, we got there. Alright, 4-0 in the league so far. Alright, into match 5, and it looks like we're going to be taking the play. We're 4-0 heading into this. Not the best. Could do better, but we could do worse too. It's a 5-0 match. Let's keep it and see what we can make happen. And then we're actually going to hold off on playing anything this turn, because it keeps the opponent in the dark for one. They could think we're on Prowess instead. But also it lets us just get an extra token off of Pinnacle Emissary. And that extra token might matter now. Alright, let's hope the opponent has no removal. Oh, it's feeling like they might have a lightning bolt here. No? Okay. Oh, maybe yes. Yeah, can't pay to prevent the one. So we didn't get as many artifacts as I was hoping for, but next turn I think we should be able to go Fiery Islet, Thoughtcast, and Kappa Cannoneer. Zoo must be doing well in the leagues. It was our 3-0, 4-0, or it was our round 3 and round 4 match. And yeah, it looks like our round 5 match too. Alright, Kavu, no problem. Okay, let me count it up real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, actually, we can barely Kappa Cannoneer here. Do think I want to go for the Kappa Cannoneer right now when they can't interact, rather than going for the Construct. And we're just going to let them get in the damage right here. I think we can outrace them. But if they fetched for a black land right here, they would just trade with the Kappa Cannoneer, and I think we're probably the ones in the worst position without the Kappa Cannoneer. I don't think it's worth trading Kappa for Kavu. Leyline Binding. Oh, do they have the Consign to Memory? Oh, goodness, they have Leyline Binding plus Consign to Memory again. Okay. Okay, but here we can actually just make Construct, go fetch a Haywire Mite, get rid of the Leyline Binding, and then play the Mox Opal. So let's grab Haywire Mite, play the Mox Opal. They would need Force Negation here. Is there any reason to do it now rather than later? I don't think they carry any way to stop activated abilities. Let's just attack for 2. Yeah, so this way, even if they have an answer to the Construct token, we can block with Haywire Mite, sacrifice it, get back the Leyline Binding. Okay, they're hasting out another Kavu here. Actually a bit scary, plus if they have another creature, then we're in a bad position. Oh, I'm okay with that. This doesn't normally have trample, right? No. I've only got one card in hand. Oh, they had to discard their Leyline Binding because they had already chosen the triggers. So let me think here. We'll go block, we get this back. This is still a 5/5, blocks and kills. Then we have a Kappa Cannoneer versus a Kavu. And then we can attack with Kappa Cannoneer. It'll be a 5/6. And they get to attack again. I think I just block one of them, take 5. Yeah. And then now we'll activate this, getting rid of this, tapping this for green. So we're only really taking like 3 here. And then we draw. So as long as they don't have 3rd Leyline Binding in hand. Okay, there we go. We got game 1 against them. Again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. 3 Metallic Rebuke. 2 Galvanic Blast. Cut Cranial Plating. 3 Thoughtcast. And a Pithing Needle. And we just run it back. Okay, pretty weird this league. We ran into Domain Zoo for our last 3 matches. And again, maybe we bring in the Blood Moon on the play, if it even goes to game 3. We've been undefeated this league so far. And this is a peculiar hand. Because if we top deck either Pinnacle Emissary or Kappa Cannoneer, we're in a really good spot. We have Metallic Rebuke to stop anything they could do. This hand just doesn't do a lot except counter one thing of the opponent's. They're mulliganing. Without Thoughtcasts, we're not going to really be able to dig that deep. Ooh, this is a tough one. Let's keep. They're already having a mulligan. We might be able to slow them down enough with the Metallic Rebuke. Who knows, they might have to go even further than 6. Okay, they're not starting off with a Leyline. Oh, Basic Mountain. Interesting. So maybe they're hurting on lands a bit here. It's interesting. Basic Mountain. Not unless they're just trying to Lightning Bolt Pinnacle Emissary as soon as it comes in. The question is, do we just start dropping our hand, or do we save it in case we top deck Pinnacle Emissary next turn? I think the fact that we can play the Lavaspur Boots this turn, and then we can just start giving whatever we cast haste. Yeah, let's just get the Lavaspur Boots down this turn. And if they have Meltdown next turn, they have Meltdown next turn. Just starting off on Basic Mountain's throwing me off a bit. Okay. So now here, maybe we just Lavaspur Boots, keep up Metallic Rebuke. Yeah, I think that's what we're going for here. Cast Ornithopter. Ornithopter equipped there, so we're gonna need a couple more artifacts. Actually, we could just equip there, but to get the blue mana needed, we have to drop at least a couple more things. So yeah, let's drop Tormod's Crypt. Mishra's Bauble. I'll hold back the EE because we have no reason to cast it right now. We will equip lava spurts here. Let's go ahead and tap down the Ornithopter. Oh, actually, we didn't have to use one of the artifacts because we would still have the Lavaspur Boots. So yeah, we didn't have to cast one of these. Yeah, we're just attacking for 2 here. Got that 10-turn beatdown. Okay, they're going for the basics. They are scared of what we could have. We could Engineered Explosives kill this. I think we Metallic Rebuke whatever they play next turn. I think this is fine. Who cares about the Doorkeeper? And we Mishra's Bauble in there. Keep, they're getting a Thundering Falls. Okay, so they've got lands in hand. Kappa? Okay, no Kappa. But we can cast the Memnite. Move the equipment over here. And now we're getting in just 1 more damage, and then we're still holding up the Metallic Rebuke. What I'm worried about is almost no matter what they play, we're going to have to Metallic Rebuke. So if they've got like a good creature plus Meltdown in hand, then we're in a bad position. Okay, they're keeping the Doorkeeper throw back this time. So... guess we just attack with the 1 Memnite. If they want to trade, that's fine with me. What you got, opponent? No block. And then... again, we're still just kind of holding up Metallic Rebuke. Is there any chance we move the Lavaspur Boots over here? I don't think so. This feels like a Flage. Okay, it's Wrath of the Skies, X equals 1. We do have to Metallic Rebuke that. Tap. Tap. We'll tap down the Ornithopter, why not? And then even if they have the thing that would make us counter it unless we pay 1, we can still pay the 1 with Springleaf Drum and Memnite. Oh, it's got a lot of cards in hand. I'm trying to figure out what they're doing over there. Maybe they've just got a surplus of counter spells or something, and what we're playing just isn't worth countering. Probably just interaction spells in general. Again, we're really taking the slow route this game. We could really use an Urza Saga, a Kappa Cannoneer, even a Pinnacle Emissary would put in a lot of work here. Now, if they have another Wrath or Meltdown, oh boy, we are doing rough. It could just be that they're really flooded. They played a land, I think, about every turn. There's a Scion coming down? A Kavu. Okay, Kavu's here. Okay, they don't want the ley line. Those answer a little bit about like what's been sitting in their hand so much. Okay, we draw. Probably just play it as a land. Equals 2. And then next turn we get to blow up the Doorkeeper Thrall and the Territorial Kavu unless they have an answer. Okay. A Stubborn Denial. We'll play this, not paying the life. And that way if we draw a land next turn we can still go Engineered Explosives onto crack it for 2. And we're just attacking every turn for the Memnite. Have opened ourselves up to a Wrath. Oh, they're tapping very quickly. Makes me think they have a board wipe. Yep, they do. Oh, that's unfortunate. I mean, yeah, we just never drew any action. We haven't drawn Pinnacle Emissary, Urza Saga, Kappa Cannoneer. Nothing meaningful this game. But we've kept back a few cards in hand, so maybe we can come back. Alright, we're attacking for 6 next turn at least. So Bolt, Flage, pretty much any creature with the Arena of Glory is game for us. Gonna be digging for that Lightning Bolt, and we're gonna be in Lightning Bolt range for the rest of the match, or the rest of this game anyways. Yeah, and there's the Bolt. Okay. So I do think I want to bring in the Blood Moons here, and we'll take out Aether Spellbomb. They're definitely on Flage, we just haven't seen it yet, and we'll take out the Thoughtcast. Run it back, alright. We're on the play for game 3, and we have a very early Kappa Cannoneer, so we keep that. It's not quite turn 1 Kappa Cannoneer, but it is a quick Kappa Cannoneer. We may have been even better on the draw of this game. Alright, opponent's debating their mulligan. What will they do? We're gonna get an early Kappa Cannoneer. We basically don't have any action after that. Except for just like, hey, here's Kappa Cannoneer. Pop off, Queen. Come on, Master Oogway. Take us where we need to go. Opponent must have a really difficult mulligan decision here. Okay, but they keep the 7 with the ley line. So we are just going to play out Spirebluff Canal, Springleaf Drum here. And then hopefully the opponent doesn't have Subtlety or anything crazy during our turn. Or we've been getting Leyline plus Consign to Memory a lot. Let's hope that doesn't happen to our Kappa Cannoneer either. Okay, let's see here. Mox Opal. Ornithopter. Memnite. Yeah, let's float blue. Mox Opal. Keep this Mox Opal. Alright, we're going for the early Kappa Cannoneer. Okay, opponent, let's see what you got to beat Kappa Cannoneer. If they had Scion in their opening hand, I feel like they wouldn't have been debating the mulligan so much. Okay, they're just getting land off top. Not unless they were hurting for a land. Which they might have been, because they Lush Porticoed keeping a land on top. Okay, there's the Scion. So now we need Haywire Mite. Okay, just dropping a second Kappa Cannoneer actually might do the trick, though. Because if we draw an artifact off top next turn, and we're getting to attack for 9 plus 6... 15 next turn? Oh, but they'll be going up to 16. So artifact off top won't be 100% enough to get us back. Or I guess it's not enough for us to just outright win. We have some pretty bad top decks here. Blood Moon off top's pretty bad. A land is pretty bad. Yeah, so probably what the opponent was looking at in their opening hand was they had Leyline, Scion, plus just a land. Oh, Doorkeeper Thrall actually keeps the Kappa Cannoneers from gaining unblockable. We can't attack with the one Kappa Cannoneer here, though. Yeah, I really wish this Doorkeeper Thrall would have came later, because then we could have at least Metallic Rebuked it. If only Kappa Cannoneer was off. Cast trigger. Okay, now they have an Arena of Glory. They might be able to gain a good amount of life here. Yeah, we gotta go for countering that. God, I really hope they don't have the counter spell here. Okay. We'll just save us some life. You're gonna gain 5. It's really a race. If we can find Haywire Mite, we're doing pretty good. There's a Saga. You're here a little late to the party. Honestly, if they can double block and bolt the Kappa Cannoneer, that's also really bad for us. So then they just gain a ton of life, but we gotta put on pressure. Okay, Kavu. That makes it where we can't attack anymore. I think we sideboarded out the Aether Spellbomb, which we kind of actually like here to get rid of the Doorkeeper Thrall. Spirebluff Canal is not really what we wanted to see there. We get another turn. We can't attack, so they can just double block. First strike, Hexproof, Lifelink, Trample, Vigilance is rough. But unless they haste a flyer next turn, or have Lightning Bolt or Flage, we get to Haywire Mite the next turn, and if we have an artifact that can trigger the Kappas, we hopefully get to attack for enough damage to kill. Yeah, so let's just pass it. They might be able to just even cast Flayed from Graveyard, because let's see, they Arid Mesa, Surveil Land, it's 2 engraved, Territorial Kavu puts a 3rd. Okay, I don't think they're quite in territory to cast Flayed from Graveyard. Do we have double bolt? Tribal Flames? Oh, there's one bolt. Oh no. Do they got the double bolt? Oh, they have the double bolt. GG, opponent. GG. Alright, yeah, so if they didn't have the double bolt there, we Haywire Mite the ley line. They're in a much worse position, because then we can start freely blocking there. Maybe we were supposed to block with the Ornithopters here to play around double ley line. Would have even been enough, so we double block there, take 1. Yeah, maybe we were supposed to double block this turn. Maybe we threw, but not too bad, not too bad. We will take a 4-1. Alright, and we're back here with the deck doing the wrap-up. 4-1, not bad. We made it all the way to round 5, completely undefeated. We did get beaten by Domain Zoo after our 3rd time fighting them, but right there at the end, we probably could have won it if we double blocked with the Ornithopters onto the Scion. Maybe we should have played around double Lightning Bolt, because then on the following turn we could have used the Urza Saga to search up a Haywire Mite, exile their Leyline, and then with our Kappa Cannoneers and our Constructs, we may have been able to attack for enough that they would be forced to block. I'd have to go back, run the math, but all in all, the deck performed really well. You can really see the power, the resiliency, just everything it can do. You know, we had multiple board wipes cast against us. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, because we just hold up things like Metallic Rebuke. The opponents, you saw them trying to deal with Kappa Cannoneer by using Consign to Memory to get around having to pay the ward, because it is a triggered ability. But all in all, the deck performed really well. This is about what I expect out of the deck. The deck just has a lot of power and is really good into a lot of matchups. The deck can lose to itself sometimes. You tend to mulligan pretty hard if you don't have a lot of action in your opening hand. Y'all saw that one game where we just were trying to beat down against Domain Zoo with a Memnite equipped with Lavaspur Boots. We drew a Kappa Cannoneer, or maybe even a Pinnacle Emissary, Cranial Plating. We drew something that would have dealt more damage than we may have been able to outrace our opponent, but such is the luck of the draw with the deck sometimes. But thank you everybody for watching. That's it for the wrap-up, and I'll see y'all back again tomorrow. Peace out.